everyone, and welcome back into another Husker Women's Wednesday, powered by Emeritus. I'm Jessica Coody, and I could not think of a better guest to kick off this season of Husker Women's Wednesday than today's guest, Samantha Hauk of Nebraska Soccer, senior goalie for the Huskers, and also a former intern right here at the Huskers Radio Network. Thanks so much for joining us, and how does it feel to be back in the studio?
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's sweet to see your face and just be around everyone.
Love to have you back. Well, big season ahead for Nebraska soccer. Huskers ranked 6th in the country going into this season, coming off a magical season a year ago in which they won the Big Ten and the Elite Eight. I know you guys are focused on this season, but let's circle back and just go back into this time a year ago. What were some of the things that you guys had done to set yourself up for the season that you were able to have last year?
Yeah, I think definitely we just focused on our strength on and off the field, strength mentally, strength physically, just conditioning. And in the weight room, we've just been, we had that saying last year of kill or be killed. So either we're getting killed or we're the ones killing others. So not seriously, but no, it's been sweet. We definitely changed the mentality, I think, across the board. We started to realize that we were becoming something and we were becoming known more and more as the season went on, and we just realized, okay, this is actually like starting to come true, and the things that we had been working on so hard, like our conditioning was going through the roof. No one was stopping us. I mean, you get to the Elite Eight and Stanford's cramping and our team is still going, which was like incredible to see, and just how like that kind of hard work really paid off.
So then you guys, first of all, win the Big Ten championship, the regular season co-Big Ten champs. How special was that? I know you got your rings, and the intro video for this season, you guys are all sporting the rings, and it would just, again, I can't imagine, like you said, fulfilling a goal, but how special was that when you guys are Big Ten champs?
Yeah. I think I kind of forgot and blanked immediately when we found out. It was funny because we were playing, I think it was Illinois. I honestly don't remember who we were playing. We just knew we had to win, and I think it was Northwestern and I think
it's Penn State.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
but
they had to tie or lose.
Right.
And or it might have been lost. It was crazy because our coaches, like, we were playing at the exact same time as that team, so we were just waiting to hear like the final, and obviously they weren't going to tell us during the game, and so the whistle blew and we won like 5-1, I think is what it was. And we're like all looking around, and my coach like puts his hands up, and of course we were freaking out and going crazy because what a moment. Like, you can't get anything like close to that. We went from not even being ranked to obviously like winning the Big Ten and then going to the Elite Eight. It was so sweet and so fulfilling, and just, now we're just looking to do it again.
How did it feel when you guys get your rings? I mean, they're massive. They're beautiful, but they're massive
awesome.
Jewelry.
They did so good. It was so fun. It was such a fun day because we had that, and then we got to go to the spring game and like show them and actually wear them out. It was crazy. I was like getting blisters in my hands because it was so big, and like I was not obviously used to something like that massive being on my ring finger. So it was cool. It was really fun and something so surreal.
So when you guys make it to the NCAA tournament, and again, this is a team that just narrowly missed out the year before. I think you were the first four out, or the last four group that didn't make it into the field. And you put together that run. What went into that for you guys that allowed for you guys to go on such a special run all the way to the Elite Eight?
Yeah, I think it was the fact that we were underdogs, that no one knew about us. And so every single game, it was like, it's Nebraska, like, who are they, kind of situation. And now it's not. It's a little bit different. But yeah, I think it was just because every single game we went into, it was like, this is the biggest game of our career right now. Like, taking in every single moment and knowing that the game that we're playing right now is what we need to focus on, and just pushing forward and pushing hard and making sure that we're giving it our all. And yeah, just collectively, we were just on it every single game.
So being that so many people returned from that team and that are coming back to this season, what were some of the things you guys took away that you can do that again and then even build off of that, maybe even go even further in the tournament?
Yeah, I think we have been working a lot with like our defending. I think we had some mistakes out of the back that we're hoping to clean up. Obviously we lost Eleanor, but we're working with the forwards and just, I think we're going to have a lot of girls step up. I think Sarah and Abby are just going to be huge this year. I think they're going to find the net a lot as opportunities come. I definitely see just across the board, we have even players coming in. It doesn't even look like the game changed because they're just as strong. So, we've had a lot of newcomers come in and step up to the plate, and they've been a huge help. And it's slowly coming along. And, I can't wait to see how this season goes.
Has it been motivating in a different sense in that, the last year the motivation was that you didn't make the tournament and you wanted to be better and you knew that you were better and there wasn't as much of a target on the back, but now that you have that taste of that, does it motivate you in a different way to want to achieve it again?
Yeah, for sure. I want another ring, that's for sure. But we do set goals at the beginning of the year, and it's we try to be realistic about these things, and obviously win the Big Ten again is one of ours, and now we are let's go win the NCAA tournament. We might be ranked 6th, I think, in the preseason poll, but I think we can speak for so much more with our efforts on the field. So, I think there's so much that's going into it right now, and it's slowly coming together. The 2 days has been crazy. We finally just got out of that, and that's been I'm very, very thankful. We're out of 2 days. I can't lie. That was exhausting, but it's all worth it when we start winning and start putting numbers up on the board.
Yeah. How do you guys manage those changed expectations of now, okay, there's a 6 next to Nebraska going into this season, and you are probably going to get everybody's best. When you play a ranked opponent, it's just natural, hey, let's show that we can knock this team off. So how do you guys go into this managing those kinds of expectations?
Yeah, it's crazy because we used to be the team that would look at everyone and say, oh my gosh, we're playing this team, they're ranked, yada, yada, this is a huge game. So it's definitely a different mindset. So going into all these games, we're really trying to just make sure that we know that it's just as big of a game as it would be for us as it is for them. So definitely honing in on each of our mindsets and just knowing that every single game is a new day to perform as best as possible. And if we can do so, then we know that we can come out with, just consistent wins.
So for you personally, and going into this, year number 3 as a starter for the Huskers, right? 3? This is 3 or 4 for you? Starting for the Huskers.
This is 4. I'm a 5th year. It's crazy.
Okay, so I remember first talking to you. That was in the 2021 season. So I was like, yeah. So you've been a longtime starter for this team. What were some of your goals going into your final season with the Huskers?
Absolutely. I think it's just make sure that I am doing the best that I can, that I'm peaking at my time at Nebraska, not only just for the sake of this year, but my future and hopefully pursuing soccer after college. So I've been focusing a lot on a lot of different things. I actually had surgery in March on my plantar fascia, super crazy, but was able to get back for summer, and I was going crazy, just working on a bunch of different things. I think a lot of the things that I worked on was just corners and making saves. Obviously, I could go into depth, but I'm oh God, I don't need to describe. But just honing in on the different little aspects that come down to it.
So, every year you go into it and hey, I've got it next year, but now this is it for you. Are you approaching it a different way? Are you trying to make sure you're cherishing the little things, the little moments, or how do you, does it change, I guess, going into this season for you?
This sounds crazy, but yes and no. Sometimes I think it really hasn't settled in, but then I'm wow, this is really my last first. But I think for sure it's my mindset. I am a lot more confident now than I think I have been in past years. Just in a way saying to myself, I don't care what everyone else thinks, and just worrying about my game, playing my game each and every day as best as possible, knowing that I've given it my all. So I think that's it's always been something that I tell myself, but truly believing it can tend to be very hard. So I think it's definitely a little bit of that.
So, I remember talking to you, you were, had just transferred here, you were new here, and actually you were injured at the time, but you think about then and when you first got here, and then fast forward to now, and what other areas do you feel like you've grown as a player, as a person, as an athlete, all around?
Oh yeah. I mean, we could go into faith. We could we could go every single aspect. I think Nebraska has allowed me to grow literally on, off the field, in the classroom, in every single way, as they truly say. My coaches are just a blessing. They have been so sweet and generous and just gracious in so many different ways. My teammates are just a bunch of God-fearing women, and it's so amazing to be around, and just being inspired by each other and how hard each person works on and off the field has been just some of the littlest ways that I've been able to grow.
I love that. So, you know, one of the things that people took note of last year, Eleanor Dale, what a season. I mean, record breaking. We could go on and on, the list of accolades that she was able to rack up, but leads the nation in goals scored. We know about Sarah Weber, but give us some of the other names that are going to help fill that void that Eleanor Dale had a year ago.
Absolutely. Eleanor, I miss her. She's so awesome. She's doing great. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously we have Sarah, we have Abby Schwartz. I would say Kayla Carpenter has been stepping it up. Ella Rudney, she's got a shot on her leg. She's good. I think Reese Snowden, we call her Prez. It's so funny because President Snow, so we call her Prez. And yeah, I think Flo is going to be a name that's going to start.
Florence Belzil.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, I think she'll find the net for sure. Gracie, forgot her last name. She's a transfer, but she's been working so hard. She's a fifth-year transfer, and yeah, I think definitely those few have been just working so hard up top, and it's been sweet to see like the transition and just how hard they're working and their work ethic.
Do you see it more so maybe being by committee? I mean, look, Sarah's going to get hers, but like everybody else, you feel like it might be by committee as opposed to just 28 goals in a season?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's going to be more collective. I would say for Eleanor, she was always in the right spot. We always knew she was going to be there. Whereas now I feel like there's going to be more opportunity for people all the way around the box, if that makes sense. Just like we're working on like everyone's timing coming into the box exactly at the right time versus having one person there or something like that. But yeah, no, I think it's collectively going to be significantly different.
Okay, so going into the home opener coming up Thursday night, 7:05 out at Hibner, we saw again record-breaking crowds a year ago. The season tickets, I believe, are already sold out. I mean, that kind of support that you saw continue to grow throughout the season last year, what did that mean to you guys as a group, as a program, to know that you guys are going to have that support night in and night out? Yeah,
it's awesome. Honestly, we love home games. We, in my opinion, we play best at home, but I'm going to knock on wood for that one. But we just love having the crowd. It makes us work so much harder. Just being able to hear like the little girls, just knowing we used to be those girls. It makes it so fun and so sweet and special every single night that we're out at Hibner. But yeah, no, it's crazy. The 100 extra season tickets, how fun. Good for those people to get the back seats. But yeah, I would say it's just been more surreal just to see how much we've, as a team, have been able to grow the fan base in Husker Nation for soccer.
You know, there's a lot of Nebraska kids that grew up playing Nebraska, but, you know, and so they're going to have the support. But for you personally, you're not from Nebraska, to have those little girls that want your autograph, that want to meet with you after the game. What does that mean to you? How special is that after each game?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I think most of my team is from Lincoln or Omaha. And it's always like, oh, where are you from? I'm from Texas. It's a little bit different from everyone else. But no, it's sweet because I think as I've played here longer, I've obviously become a little more known. So that's made it a little better. But yeah, it's a little different than being a cornbread baby.
Yeah. Okay, you've got some sweet goalie outfits already. Yeah. We've seen in the intro video. Awesome. How much are you liking the threads going? Let me tell you,
the blue and white one was all of my doing. I'm not going to take credit, but I did ask for the like baby blue. It was crazy because we get to like pick out all of like the goalkeeper uniforms each year, and it's really fun. It's so fun to like pick out all these different things and colors. So yeah, they're sweet. They're super cool. The blue has been my favorite so far. So
you got some more coming this year.
Yes, we have we typically always have an all black, and then I think it's like a blue and orange, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I think our actual team is getting all black, which would be cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so going into the home opener, you guys got 2 back-to-back at home. So not only Thursday night against Oklahoma State, but you also have Colorado State at home on Sunday, 105. It's dollar day, by the way, so dollar tickets to get in for admission there on Sunday afternoon. But this weekend, to open things up, how important is it to set the tone? What goes into that for this team?
Absolutely. This week has been obviously very specific, as in the things that we need to fix based off of our exhibition games. We know that this is the start of the season. This is what's going to make us or break us. You know, these games actually count, and they're not your little exhibition games. So definitely make sure that we're just being smart on and off the field. We're eating right, making sure we're hydrated and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I think it's been a good week. It's sometimes a little stressful making sure that we're exactly ready to go each and every day, because it can tend to be tiring. But yeah, I think the support with everyone has been really good so far.
All right, well, best of luck this weekend. Can't wait to see you guys back out at Hibner, and best of luck this season as well, as you guys hopefully build on what you guys did a year ago. And thanks for coming back into the Huskers Radio Network studio.
It's been so fun.
Okay, that is Samantha Hauk, the goalie for Nebraska soccer, the 6th ranked team in the country heading into this soccer season. They'll kick things off 7:05 out at Hibner on Thursday night against Oklahoma State. Thanks for listening and watching this episode of Husker Women's Wednesday, powered by Emeritus. Emeritus is proud to power this podcast and all of Husker women's sports.